Take a moment and picture this. You wake up one morning, reach to push yourself out of bed, and your arms feel shaky. Your legs tremble slightly as you try to stand. It is not pain exactly, but a strange, unfamiliar weakness. You pause. When did this start? What if I told you this is not just age catching up with you? There is something else happening inside your body, quietly, slowly, and without warning. A process so common among seniors that most people assume it is normal. But it is not. It has a name, and now it is officially recognized as a disease. It is called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. Unlike other illnesses, sarcopenia does not make a dramatic entrance. It slips in through the back door. No fevers, no inflammation, no emergency trips to the hospital. Instead, it shows up subtly. You find it harder to get out of a chair. You avoid stairs because they leave you winded. You stumble more often and you tell yourself, I'm just getting old. But you are not just aging. You are losing strength, structure and independence day by day without even noticing. And here is the part no one warns you about. Even if you feel healthy, even if you eat well, you may still lose up to 33% of your muscle mass by the time you're 60. That is according to Harvard Medical School. And for many people, this loss starts as early as their 50s. So what can you do? That is the good news. Recent studies reveal that this kind of muscle loss is not only manageable, it is reversible. Yes, even after 70 or 80. In fact, a single change in your daily meals could help rebuild what was lost. Today, you are going to learn about the specific foods that protect your muscles, and the one powerful food that doctors often overlook, yet seniors across the world are using to rebuild strength and regain their independence. Let us dive in. Let us start with the truth. After age 50, your body naturally begins to lose muscle mass. It is not because you are doing something wrong, it is simply biology. But the rate at which it happens and how it affects your life depends on what you do next. This muscle loss has a name, sarcopenia. The word might sound complex, but its impact is very real. It comes from the Greek words sarx, meaning flesh, and penia, meaning poverty. In other words, poverty of muscle. Why does it happen? The causes are both internal and external. Internally, your body produces fewer of the hormones responsible for muscle maintenance, like testosterone and growth hormone. Your protein synthesis slows down. Your body doesn't rebuild as quickly after normal wear and tear. Externally, many seniors become less active. Daily movement declines, diets change. Some start eating less overall and unknowingly cut back on key nutrients. Over time, the result is a noticeable decline in strength, coordination and energy. But here is where things get worse. Muscle isn't just for moving. It also regulates your blood sugar, supports your balance, protects your bones, and even helps with brain health. When your muscle mass drops, your risk of falls increases, your mobility declines, and your independence fades, quietly but powerfully. Now, here is the part that surprises most people. According to the World Health Organization, sarcopenia is now officially classified as a disease. That means it is not just a normal part of getting older. It is a medical condition with serious consequences, and just like other diseases, it needs to be treated. The most common signs include trouble getting out of a chair without using your arms, feeling unstable while walking, unexplained fatigue, especially after light activity, frequent falls or near falls, weight loss without trying. If you have experienced any of these, you're not alone. Millions of seniors deal with this every day, but most never get a diagnosis. Why? Because they do not know what is happening. They assume weakness is inevitable. But it is not. Researchers from institutions like Tufts University and the National Institutes of Health now confirm that muscle loss in seniors can be slowed and even reversed with a combination of proper nutrition, targeted exercise, and consistent lifestyle changes. And it all starts with what's on your plate. Now let's talk about something most people overlook: food as medicine. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after 50, exercise alone is not enough. You can walk, stretch, even lift light weights, but if your body does not have the raw materials it needs to rebuild, you are fighting a losing battle. That is where food steps in. Muscle is made of protein, yes, but also of amino acids, healthy fats, vitamins and minerals. Think of your body like a construction site. Protein is the bricks, but you still need workers, tools, and a solid blueprint. Without the right nutrition, those bricks never become a strong building. And here's the twist. Seniors often eat less, not more. Studies show that people over 60 tend to consume fewer calories, fewer high-protein meals, and fewer nutrient-dense foods. The appetite changes. Chewing becomes harder. And some just stop caring as much about food when cooking feels like a chore. But the cost is high. Without enough protein, your body starts breaking down the muscle you already have to use it as fuel. Without vitamin D and calcium, your bones weaken. Without magnesium and potassium, your muscles cramp, twitch and tire faster. And without antioxidants, inflammation creeps in, damaging muscle tissue silently. This is why doctors are now saying something revolutionary. In many cases, targeted nutrition is more effective than medication for reversing muscle loss in older adults. Let that sink in. The answer isn't found in a pill bottle, but in your fridge. A study published by the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who increased their intake of muscle-supporting foods, particularly high-quality proteins and omega-3 gained up to 25% more lean muscle mass in just 3 months, without changing anything else. That's not a small difference. That's the power to walk without help, to stand up easily, to stay independent longer. Even more fascinating, researchers found that just one food, consumed regularly, could trigger muscle recovery, even in people over 80. We'll tell you what it is in the next section, but remember this, muscle loss is not inevitable. And the foods you choose today will shape the strength and energy you have tomorrow. So if you are over 50, this is your invitation. Don't let your muscles fade away quietly. Use the power of food to fight back, starting now. You've waited long enough. So what is this one food that experts now call the secret weapon against muscle loss? It's not rare, it's not expensive. And chances are you've walked past it 100 times in the grocery store. That food is Greek yogurt. Yes, plain, unsweetened, protein-packed Greek yogurt. Let's break it down. As we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein. That means eating the same amount of protein you did at 30 no longer gives you the same benefit at 60. You need more, and you need it in a more absorbable form. That's where Greek yogurt shines. In just one serving, about 6 ounces, you get up to 20 grams of complete protein. Not just any protein. We're talking about casein and whey, 2 types of protein that are absorbed slowly and steadily. This is key because it helps fuel muscle repair overnight when your body does its rebuilding work. Greek yogurt also contains calcium, which helps your muscles contract properly, and vitamin B12, essential for energy metabolism and nerve function, both critical to keeping your legs strong and stable. But here's the real magic: probiotics. Probiotics are the good bacteria that live in your gut. You might wonder, what do they have to do with muscles? A lot. A healthy gut helps your body absorb nutrients more efficiently, especially protein, magnesium, and B vitamins. If your digestion is weak, which happens often as we age, your muscles don't get the nutrients they need, even if you're eating the right foods. Greek yogurt solves both problems at once. It gives you the nutrients and the digestive support to actually use them. And guess what? People who eat Greek yogurt regularly don't just maintain muscle. They often report better sleep, stronger bones, and less joint pain too. Want to boost the benefits even more? Try eating it in the evening, about an hour before bed. That way, its slow-digesting protein feeds your muscles through the night when your body is naturally repairing and rebuilding. Top it with berries for antioxidants. Add a few crushed walnuts for healthy fats. Or mix in a little cinnamon to stabilize blood sugar. Whatever you do, make it a habit. Just one small bowl, 3 or 4 times a week, could help you hold on to your strength for years longer. In the next section, we'll look at the mistakes seniors make when trying to rebuild muscle and how to avoid them. So, you've started eating more Greek yogurt or added protein to your meals. Great. But here's the truth many seniors miss. It's not just what you eat, it's how you live around that habit that matters. Let's look at 5 of the most common mistakes people over 50 make when trying to stop muscle loss, and how to fix them. Mistake 1. Not eating enough total protein throughout the day. One bowl of Greek yogurt won't fix a whole day of low protein. Many older adults eat a light breakfast. maybe toast or fruit, and then rely on soup or small meals later. The result? Not enough protein to meet your body's needs. Fix it. Spread your protein intake throughout the day. Aim for 20 to 30 grams at each meal. Include eggs in the morning, lean meats or legumes at lunch, and dairy or fish at dinner. Protein works best when it's consistent. Mistake 2, not combining protein with resistance movement. Muscles grow when they're challenged. If you're eating protein but sitting all day, you're missing the spark that tells your body, hey, keep these muscles strong. Fix it. You don't need a gym. Just use resistance bands, lift light weights, or try chair squats and wall push-ups. 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Think of protein as bricks and movement as the cement holding them together. Mistake 3, over-relying on supplements. Some seniors skip real food and go straight to powders and pills, but many of these lack the micronutrients your body needs to absorb protein effectively, like zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Fix it. Whole foods first. Greek yogurt, quinoa, eggs, fatty fish, legumes, seeds. These are nature's perfectly designed packages. Mistake 4. Ignoring hydration. Muscle cells need fluid to function. Even mild dehydration slows protein synthesis and makes recovery harder. Fix it. Sip water consistently through the day. If plain water is tough, try adding cucumber, lemon, or herbal teas. Mistake 5. Giving up too early. Rebuilding muscle after 60 takes patience. Results can be slow, and that's frustrating, but it's normal. Fix it. Focus on consistency, not speed. Track small wins, easier time getting out of a chair, steadier walking, less soreness after movement. These are signs your body is adapting. Let me introduce you to someone special. His name is Walter. He's 78 years old, a retired high school principal, and a man who not long ago thought his best days were behind him. Walter used to be strong. In his younger years he could climb ladders, lift boxes, and walk miles without breaking a sweat. But somewhere in his 70s, things started changing. Slowly at first, just a bit of stiffness in the morning, a little wobble in his step, a longer pause before standing up from the couch. Then came the moment that shook him. He fell. It wasn't a serious fall, but it was enough to scare him. "I was just standing at the kitchen counter," he said, "and the next thing I knew I was on the floor with the salt shaker shattered beside me. My legs just gave out." That was when Walter's daughter, Emily, stepped in. She's a nurse and she immediately suspected sarcopenia. She didn't suggest a fancy gym or a pile of medications. Instead, she walked into his kitchen and pulled out one food from the fridge, cottage cheese. Walter had never thought much of it. "It's something I used to eat as a kid with pineapple," he joked. But Emily explained why it mattered, how the casein protein in cottage cheese digests slowly through the night, feeding muscles while you sleep. She showed him studies, brought him Greek yogurt, added salmon to his dinners, and helped him start doing 5 minutes of leg exercises a day. At first, Walter rolled his eyes. "I figured I was too far gone for that to matter," he admitted. But he promised her he'd try for 2 weeks. Within 10 days, something changed. He started waking up with less stiffness. Getting out of bed didn't feel like an Olympic event. His legs felt steadier, more cooperative, as he put it. 3 weeks later, he walked down to the mailbox without his cane for the first time in months. Today, Walter eats a protein-rich breakfast, snacks on walnuts and blueberries, and never misses his nightly scoop of cottage cheese. His strength isn't what it was at 40, but he no longer fears losing his balance. He feels in control again. "I thought I was declining because that's what happens when you age," he said. "Turns out I was just undernourished and uninformed." Walter's story is not unique. It's a reminder that age is not the end of strength, and it's never too late to make a small change that leads to a big difference. You don't have to overhaul your life. Just pick one food, one habit, and begin. Because your muscles are listening, even now. Let's bring it all together. Sarcopenia, the quiet, creeping loss of muscle mass, is not just something that happens with age. It's something that happens when we stop paying attention to what our bodies truly need. But the empowering truth is this: you can take action starting right now, and it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Whether you are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or even 80s, Your muscles are still listening. They are still responding to the choices you make at the dinner table, to the movements you choose during your day, and to the care you give before bed. The foods we've talked about today, like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, walnuts, blueberries, quinoa, and fatty fish, are more than just health trends. They are tools to rebuild strength, to restore confidence, to protect your independence, and yes, even to reverse muscle loss, as many studies and real-life stories have shown. Remember Walter? His transformation didn't start with a gym membership or a drastic lifestyle change. It started with a bowl of cottage cheese before bed and a bit of belief that things could get better. And that's where your journey can begin too. Here are your next simple steps. 1. Pick just one food from today's list and add it to your daily or nightly routine. 2. Be consistent. Give your body the time and tools to respond. 3. Listen to how you feel. You may start to notice steadier legs, less fatigue, or easier movement. Your strength is not gone. It's waiting for you to show up again, with better fuel, smarter habits, and a little patience. If this message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Sometimes the smallest conversation can change a life. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical, science-backed tips to help you thrive, not just survive, as you age. You've got this. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're just one smart decision away from feeling strong again. Let's make that decision today, together.